Oh my God. I just came back from where I heard the story of how a landlord lost his sons to his tenants. This is what really happened. I heard that the landlord has so many houses in this vicinity. And not just that, he has companies in choicy locations. But the thing is, about 6 years ago, the landlord relocated what we call Jackpa. Because of the economic situation and other issues, he wants to live a good life. He relocated from this location abroad with his wonderful sons, leaving his properties in the care of the caretakers and also tenants. Now, what happened here is that the landlord, such a very humble and a very good man, decided to even reduce the house rent of this building. Now, where the location is, I heard that instead of the tenant paying 2 million naira per annum, even reduce the house rent to 800,000 naira per annum. And he has so many apartments in this wonderful building. What now happened here is that the tenants in the past 5 years have refused to pay their house rent, even with the availability of caretakers who are also looking, making sure that properties are in good shape. The landlord has been paying all the caretakers, but the thing is, all the tenants have not been paying their annual rent. So during this dirty December, the two sons decide to come, they decide to come to the country to enjoy themselves and as well seize some of the properties that the father has been talking about. So what happened is that over the years, that most time when the caretaker goes to see the tenant to ask for the house rent, some of the caretakers get beaten. They've changed caretakers over a period of time. We heard that there was even one that was beaten to coma, and that one refused and said he's no longer coming to collect the house rent. Even the lawyer that also came to making sure that they were evicted from the place, the lawyer was also beaten, to coma. So during this dirty December, one of the sons, the younger one, decided to check the properties for himself, to making sure that, have a one-on-one conversation with the tenant. Immediately the tenant heard that the younger son is around, they gang up among themselves, and what they did was that they beat that same second son. They beat that same second son to coma, that is currently even in one of these teaching hospital, where they are saying he may be in coma probably for longer years itself. That's one pathetic story. Now, the interesting one which put me in this state is the fact that the first son decided to check the properties again and to making sure. So he came with one or two of his friends to making sure that, since he's here, probably they may listen to him. So immediately he entered the compound. The tenant, they gang up again and say, oh, here comes the heir to the throne, the heir of this wonderful building. So let them do this one. Probably once they get this one out of the way, the landlord, who is probably enjoying himself abroad, will no longer, have time for this building anymore. And what happened, my brothers and sisters, is the fact that that first son was unalived, as in they kpai the boy, they beat him to coma. Not just only coma, they buried this young man alive. Bro, immediately I heard this story, I was shocked. I was shocked because why would tenants do this kind of a thing to landlord who has been so good to them, build a good apartment, wonderful house for them, reduce the house rent, has not been bothering them. In fact, it keep renovating the house every blessed year. Why would they do such thing to this landlord? You probably have heard about this story too, and you probably have seen it somewhere. You must have heard it often and often. The thing is, because we are still in a very wonderful period, what I just quoted just now, what I just said just now, is in Mathew chapter 21 verse 38 upward. It's actually the parable of our Lord Jesus Christ that talked about the housebound man and the landlord.